Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at the Suno structure and how I use the structure to create my radio-ready releases. It's a really simple process that I've come up with that I use every time I go to Suno. By the end of this video, you should know exactly how I use the recipe to create what I do with Suno, making the sound more polished and making it more human-like, if that's possible. So I'm using a specific structure. So I'm adding a style, I'm adding a mood. So then these prompts combined together will actually achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Well, 99% of what I'm trying to achieve in Suno. So you can think of it as a recipe that we use certain ingredients to create the perfect meal that people want to eat. And it's something that people should be able to enjoy. So these 4 ingredients that I use are style, mood, vocals, and structure. Put all those together and then you can come up with something pretty amazing. So style would be the genre of music. You want to add gospel, you want to add R&B, you want to add acoustic. Live, your mood would be the emotion, what you're trying to portray, whether it's uplifting, whether it's dark, whether it's soulful, romantic. With your vocals, you're going to add in either male or female, whether you're trying to use a falsetto or a tenor. You want to even use a choir. So that's your vocal structure. And then finally, you'll tell Suno with its overall structure is how to build a song, whether you're using an intro, a verse, a chorus, etc., etc. And that's basically the formula, the ingredients to polishing your prompts. So then Suno understands what you're trying to do. It goes style, mood, vocals, and structure. That's what I do. So let me give you a quick example, a quick base example of how I would use it. It's really simple. I just take my time to understand what I'm trying to achieve. So let's say you want to create a heartfelt pop ballad, and everybody wants to do that. I would use pop ballad. I would use emotional piano and strings maybe. I would write heartfelt in the mood. I would add a male vocal lead with loads of harmonies. And then my structure would be very basic: verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then an outro. And that's the basic gist of it all, using the structure for Suno. The recipe, if you follow that recipe, it should be able to achieve what you're trying to achieve. So every time you use that, it tells Suno exactly what Suno needs to understand. And then if you want to go and elaborate on that and make it more specific, you can try and tweak it a little bit. Let's just say, for example, you want to portray a different outcome to what you're trying to achieve. So like if I was to use gospel, I would add gospel with soulful choir. And then I'd specifically say a Hammond organ in a very uplifting mood. And then adding a female vocal with loads of call and response choir. So that structure in itself tells Suno the sound that I'm trying to portray. And then once again, you'd go and add your segments, which is your intro, chorus, verse, breakdown, a cappella. If I was to use a 90s style of song, I'd say, 90s slow jam. I want the smooth electric piano with some finger snaps, maybe, in a very romantic mood. I'd use a falsetto male vocal with loads of harmonies, layered harmonies even. And then, I'd give it a chorus, a breakdown, a chorus. And even in the 90s, I think they used to do a fade out. Yeah. If I'm trying to create something for a video, for a cinematic type of video, I would use words like epic, orchestral score, maybe. Dark, intense mood. I would say no lyrics. Don't add any lyrics because I'm trying to ensure that the music is what is the background to the video. Instrumental, add instrumental only. And then build it with a massive climax. So I'm trying to specifically say to Suno, this is what I'm trying to achieve. If I was just, being an acoustic guitarist, I would say, build me an acoustic guitar ballad very intimate, live setting, solo male vocal, minimal structure. But if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to tell Suno for each prompt, there's a style, there's a mood, there's a vocals, and then there's the structure of the whole song. So then that tells Suno the overall sound that I'm trying to achieve. I mean, that's that's the way I use it. You probably have something else that you can add to it. Things that I add is not, I don't just add piano, I add things like grand piano instead of just piano with the instrumentation. I also add words like joyful vocals. So I use a descriptive word for the noun of the structure. So then it tells Suno a little bit more specific about what I'm trying to achieve. If you wanted to just tweak your songs a little bit more, add things like fade out or ending or final in the song structure. So then Suno knows to finish when you want it to finish. And every time you go to prompt Suno, if you stick to those 4 ingredients in your recipe, it should be able to achieve 99% of what you're trying to achieve. So try it out today and watch your songs become more polished, maybe more intentional. That's a good way to put it. And if you've found anything useful in this video, if you liked anything in this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the content as we continue down this rabbit hole, and I'm confident I will see you in the next video.